Give Wichita State a ton of credit. They came in here and kicked our butt every which way, up and down, right from the tip. Very disappointed with our competitiveness and our effort the first 32 minutes of the game. Proud of the group that finished the game in the last 8 minutes and just in terms of competitive spirit. But very disappointed with the fact that I didn't think we had the fight that it takes to compete against anybody, let alone a team that is one of the better teams in this league, a team that we had gone on the road and won a game. Our guys understood the kind of effort it would take to go, but understanding it and executing it are two different things.
It seemed like they were able to get to the rim a lot, especially early on, to maybe build momentum, confidence. Just what did you see that led to that?
Yeah, transition, a big thing. You know, we came in to crash the glass. We really wanted to try and go to the offensive glass. And the tape, I'll be able to tell as I watch the tape and see what happened. But I thought they got a couple runouts where they got behind our last line of defense in transition, number one. And Craig Porter, he's a dynamic player. I mean, he just is. He can get to the paint whenever he wants, or at least it felt like that tonight. And they got Poto in there they could throw the ball to. So between Poto, Porter, and Rojas, who was very good, they went at us early in the game. They were going to go at Brandon Johnson and try and make him defend early in this game. Brandon is such a key guy for us. And so there's no doubt that their game plan was to go inside and see if they could make Brandon guard. And, you give Wichita State credit. They got that ball to the rim in the paint, and they outscored us heavily in the paint because of it, 40-22.
Questions?
Defensively, I know you said the energy wasn't there, but them moving the ball around, playing inside out, you guys never just found that sort of team rhythm on defense. How do you fix that going forward?
Well, you look back at going into this game, 3 of the previous 4 halves, we've played really good. We played at good halves. It was the one half at Temple and both halves defensively versus Tulsa. First half at Temple was really strong. We didn't play very well in the second half of Temple. A lot of it was our turnovers. We turned the ball over a lot in the second half at Temple. Wichita State's they're a balanced team. They have a dynamic point guard. They have a true post player they can throw the ball to, and they have big wings that could shoot the basketball. So early in the game, they went inside. We went to the zone. They hit a big 3. So their players made plays. In terms of fixing it, I don't think it's broken, so to speak, because I think our guys know what our expectation is and what our standard is, and we have to look at it from 2 ways. We have to look at what we didn't do well today fundamentally in terms of what we try and accomplish every day, and then also we have to look at what it's going to take in terms of what South Florida does when we go play them in our next ball game, midweek. So those 2 things, we will attack that, but in terms of the defensive effort and the defensive competitiveness and the willingness to try and make physical plays today, the tape will tell me what happened. But I didn't like it, period.
It seems like at times in conference play, other teams have a big run, and maybe you guys, as a young team, have trouble maybe turning it around and making a run back. You think part of that is just inexperienced and guys maybe looking for somebody to step up on their own team to kind of start toward that run?
Yeah, maybe. It could be that. The first game we played at Wichita, we had a lead. They ended up going back up 8. They made a big run, and we ended up winning that game by whatever we won that first game. So we have answered runs before. I think a big piece of it is, when you don't have your full rotation and you're missing somebody that you would count on to hopefully get to the free throw line or create a play for himself or someone else. Obviously, without Javon, that's one thing. But we have full faith in RJ and Brandon. For whatever, I think RJ and Brandon are going to realize this, that scouting is going to dictate that teams are going to come at them and they're going to really put full force defensively on them and make them defend. One of the best ways that you go at other teams, maybe top players or top rebounders, is you got to make them defend. And I thought Wichita State did a really nice job making RJ and making Brandon defend right from the jump. But that's something that they have to embrace. It's a role they haven't been in before in their college career, obviously. So that probably goes to your youth. But it isn't just going to be, hey, make a 3 and everything's going to flip. There's a chopping wood mentality you have to have when a team goes on a run. And we showed a little bit of it in the second half with that younger group, but it was just obviously too little too late.
Some big shots, obviously the game kind of reached that point, but you know, his ability to come off screens, hit threes, like, if he can do that consistently, what will that add to your
Yeah, it adds a lot. Obviously, as you can probably tell watching us play, you know, we're a team that wants the ball to move, wants player movement, but we were a little bit heavier with ball screen usage when we had Javon. Now we don't have Javon, so we're a little bit heavier with the same movement, just different actions, but it's off-ball screens. And Ben is somebody that is obviously playing really well offensively and defensively, so his ability to play off-ball screens is a key, and we've been using it the last 3 or so games. I mean, you can't just put in a new offense overnight. So we used that week that after when we had a bye weekend, we put in some new things offensively, we put in some new things defensively, and up until today had kind of worked for us. And now we got to go back to the drawing board and keep, you know, sharpening those things up. But Ben definitely adds an element of that, and that's very important for us.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.